Some criminals make mistakes, but others take stupidity to a whole new level. Imagine pulling a gun on a police officer, knowing the odds are already stacked against you. These shocking moments show just how reckless and ultimately doomed some decisions can be. Today, we're counting down the dumbest times criminals tried to pull a gun on the police and paid the price. Top 7 dumbest moments criminals pulled guns on police officers. 7. Thomas Robinson, Cincinnati, 2022. Already jailed on murder charges, Thomas Robinson was being questioned by detectives inside a secure police interrogation room. Out of nowhere, Robinson lunged across the table, reaching for an officer's gun in a desperate bid for freedom. The officers immediately reacted, tasering him before he could pull the weapon free. Robinson was subdued and dragged back to his cell, adding more charges to his record. Trying this move inside a locked police station, already facing life in prison, easily earns him a spot on this list. 6. Sebastian Roman, New Jersey, 2019. 19-year-old Sebastian. Roman was pulled over in New Jersey for what seemed like a minor issue: underage drinking and smoking marijuana. The officer questioned him, and Roman admitted to smoking weed. But instead of accepting a ticket, Roman suddenly pulled out a handgun and fired at the officer. He fled the scene on foot but was later captured after a manhunt. What made this moment so dumb was that Roman turned a possession charge into attempted murder, guaranteeing years in prison instead of a citation. 5. Alicia Duran, Colorado, 2014. Alicia Duran, just 30 years old, was pulled over in Westminster, Colorado, for parking the wrong way on a street. The officer approached her car and noticed she was acting nervous. Moments later, she grabbed a handgun from inside the vehicle and aimed it at the officer. The officer fired multiple rounds, killing her instantly. Duran escalated a minor traffic violation into a deadly encounter, proving how fast poor decisions can cost a life. 4. Frederick Goss, wheelchair gun grab. Despite being paralyzed from a previous shootout with police, Frederick Goss wasn't done with violence. While being transported to a court hearing in St. Louis, Goss shocked everyone by lunging from his wheelchair and grabbing a deputy's firearm. He managed to get control of the weapon briefly before backup officers shot and killed him. Even with nothing left to lose, Goss's desperate move showed just how reckless some criminals can be. 3. Kenneth Martell, Pennsylvania, 2018. 56-year-old Kenneth Martell was wanted for murder in Pennsylvania when police pulled him over. He tried to give officers a fake name, but when they pressed him further, Martell lunged for an officer's gun while shouting, "Don't shoot me!" The struggle was chaotic, but backup officers quickly intervened, fatally shooting him. Instead of surrendering, Martell made a last-ditch move that ended his life on the spot. 2. Brandon LeMaine, Arlington, Virginia, 2023. Police in Arlington pulled over Brandon LeMaine, who was driving a stolen U-Haul truck. Instead of cooperating, LeMaine violently attacked an officer, wrestling him to the ground in a desperate attempt to steal his gun. Body cam footage shows him gaining partial control before trying to run. But officers surrounded him and opened fire, killing him at the scene. His decision turned a car theft into a fatal mistake. David Kubek, Florida. 64-year-old David Kubek was pulled over for speeding by a young female deputy. When she tried to write him a ticket, Kubek resisted arrest, tackling her to the ground and reaching for her gun. The situation nearly ended in tragedy, but 2 good Samaritans driving by stopped to help. They pulled Kubek off the deputy before he could fire. He was later charged with battery on a law enforcement officer. Without those bystanders, this incident might have ended very differently, making Kubek's actions the dumbest on this list. From speeding tickets to murder interrogations, these cases show how pulling a gun on police always ends the same way, badly. Panic, arrogance, or desperation. Each criminal here turned a small problem into disaster, and every single one paid the price.